Starting off, heading towards this B site, it's a 4-1 split here. Quite unusual to be moving here with those cat ears as blast bolts. That's really funny. But now, aggressive, pushing in through here now. That's first contact taken, and they've gotten all of tower with this.
Indeed, now it looks like they're pushing up. We're seeing utility, a flash out. Ecuador's onto site, trying to find someone. Looks like a nade is popping out, but Korma is going to come on with 3. With Jake to follow up. Keith is now down, but Jake is going to finish it up, taking out Casper. It seems like Korma's planned for it now, and so has the rest of their team. They realize their plan, that they love to go for this B site, and Jake is stationed up, is going to find one. He tags one, but doesn't find the kill onto Ecuador. Still alive with 45 HP to his name. Now, going up top, with the rest of his team to follow and the spike in hand. Can they find anybody? It looks like the team is going to have to back off and possibly play for a retake as Ecuador executes onto site.
The plant coming down very slow though, and everyone already here as well. The plant's gonna come through, they're gonna get denied, and now those smokes fading make things all the more difficult, and this firepower that they have is going to overwhelm them. They need the plant to come down soon, and indeed it will. Spectro trying to make a play, but nothing to be done there. And it's just an easy cleanup at this point. Andar, so far away from the action, able to at least get one for his team, but against Free and the spike already defused the hull. He'll be lucky if he can find anything more. Clean conversion from 8 figures. It's going to be Spectro instead, over towards that arcade side, as the brunt of the force comes in here towards Tree. Korma is going to be crucial in denying this push if it does come through, but the weaponry so weak for 8 figures, they might just not be able to hold on to the site here.
Yeah, Guardian in the hands of JCB might be the game changer if it can find anybody. An Aftershock out to try and deal some damage. Spoon now there to back up the rest of his teammates on B. And it looks like Jake is still questioning if they're going to go to A, which it looks like they might. They're shifting off slowly with the spike in hand in the breach. And I think they're just considering their options right now, checking all angles to figure out if anybody's on the back flank. But 8 figures are just staying strong and keeping to their positions right now.
Caution here.
And the thing is, Hyperia, they've never explored towards this A site, so now we're going to have to spend so much time re-clearing all this, not knowing the tendencies of 8 figures. They can't just have faith in it, they're going to have to run through all of this A main stuff, clearing it through and through. And that trip's going to give them early information as well for 8 figures, prompting a fast rotate. 30 seconds now on the clock, Hyperia, they need to make a move here, and it might just signal their death.
The recon bolt out from Andar. We'll start it soon once it goes off to try and figure out if anybody's there, but it looks like JCB is going to be the one to start it with the nade out, and now Spectral finds Keith, but Keith finds Spectral before, and now they're going to get onto site. Ecuador, Jasper taking 2 down on the side of 8 Affinity. Looks like they're going to get it out now. Can they find anybody else in the crosshairs? Looks like Jake is going to find Jasper, and now they're getting onto site. Looks like Korma is going to find one. It's all up to Plasbolt and Andar. Can they find anybody? Korma's going to find a second. Does he find a third? Andar is hiding in the smoke, waiting for it. Finds one, but gets traded out by Korma. Another 3 for the round. A stunning player so far in these last 3 matches, or last 3 rounds. Yeah, I mean, the games are just going to rack up one after the other, and they have to make a change. It looks like they are going to now, starting off heading towards the 8, where looks like most of 8 figures are not playing heavy on the site, and they might give this to Hyperia to take, as it looks like Ecuador is on, Bucky in hand, going to try and find someone in this smoke. Looks like JCB is down. Can he find someone? No, he's just spraying. Going to throw a nade down as the bomb is looking to go down very soon, but Jake is going to find Spectral on the back. Now with the bomb down, time is ticking. Ecuador is found by Keith, and now this team is going to start to dismantle Hyperia, looking for the next. Jake finds 1, Jake finds 2, looking to find a third, and Spoon is going to finish off Casper. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the hands of 8 figures. I'm looking for Plasbolt's Rolling Thunder there. I think that could be the ult to stop this push from 8 figures, and it looks like Ecuador is going to lead the charge onto this B site yet again. Going to get out now, where Korma is just spraying through, trying to find anybody. A spray out from Ecuador, but he's flashed now. 2 members of Hyperia are now on the site, and the bomb is going down from Jasper. Let's see what can happen. Now Jasper's got his ult. He's going to back off here, and he's going to wait for the tap. Spectral is going to take down Jake, but JCB is going to answer back, and now the Nightmare is out from Korma. Can that give him the opportunity to execute on the site? It looks like JCB is going to find Ecuador with the bomb, actually. And now 3-4, the ult out from Brimstone. Can it find anybody? No, it cannot. Now they're going to have to keep backing up now as Korma takes on the defuse. Now the Molly out to try and find Korma. Korma's damaged. He is dead. But now it's all left up to Keith. Can he find anybody? No, Andar is going to find him and going to take their first round on the board. Well done for Hyperia. Yes, and they might have the ultimates to do it on the side of Hyperia unless 8Figures have the time to adapt. Korma might be the one to start it off, trying to find anybody on the side of Hyperia as they execute onto this B side again. Finds one, looking to find another, but Spoon is there to help. Now Spectre to take down one, Jasper to take down Korma, and now looks like they have control of site, and the bomb is going to down. A 3v3 scenario. They're starting to get onto the site, and now 8Figures have got to retake it.
Aggressive with that op as well, making things all the more difficult. They're all bunched up towards this area of the map, and I think Hyperia are starting to be aware of that. That Brim Ollie coming out now, it's going to force duels, and JCB's position being spotted out here suggests the scaling is coming through. Spectral going to be crucial in this moment here. That ult still available for Andar, so this round seems all but lost here. A miracle going to be needed by Keith. He's going to have to stick it. I don't think the time's there. They don't know it just yet. It's a lost round, but no, the Silva's gone killed. Oh no, tragedy. And Keith, he's just going to stick it. A red carpet given. Spectral gets the kills. What on earth just happened that round? If there was a win percentage bar, it just flipped left, right, and left that game immediately. Absolutely down to the wire. So many mistakes, but everyone's still managing to capitalize off the opponents. And when the dust settles, Hyperia, that's 2 rounds in a row now. And they've got a lot of ults here, particularly looking at Spectral's one. Seems like they want to invest into this KJ ult, but that Breach Aftershock still hasn't been deployed. Could be big to breaking this.
You should run.
Keeping it in the back pocket just in case, but it looks like the Killjoy ult is going to pop down on B. Clear this space for Hyperia, give them the site to plant, and now it'll be all about the post plant, how they're going to play after that. But it looks like Plasbolt might have it on the target. He's going to try and get them with the Rolling Thunder from the underground. Looks like Spectral is going to find Korma. Now the plant down from Jasper. Looking to find anybody else to add to their list, being a little passive aggressive here. They're going to back off of site, and they're going to allow 8Figures to take this and play for the post plan.
Costly there to use 2 ultimates, and now they're not going to have that breach ult for this retake coming through. On the bright side, at the very least, they're secure. They're all going to be coming through from this side. The bad news, they've let them break through now. They're all over the site, and now it's going to come through the utility drain necessary, and look at how many things are on the bomb. The time ticking so low, and the fight just not there. 8Figures not able to capitalize off their gains, and Hyperia, we're now 1 round away from tying it up. 8Figures still isn't reading that Hyperia really likes to go for these 4-1 hits. Overcommitting players over onto one site, but what matters an overcommit if Jake's gonna get you that first kill? Teleport straight away, and seeing so many players is gonna give them the information they need. Look at how aggressive they are. Look at the amount of players rotating now. They're trying to bring the breach over to stall out this push even further and buy them more time if they need to for a retake. Protecting these players over towards tower who are looking and itching to potentially take a fight here.
Plasbolt might be the first one spotted out by Spoon, but no, his head is just going to get docked, and so is Andar, and so is Jasper. Now, Plasbolt's going to get taken down by Spoon the first off, and now he's going to back up after that, but Andar's got his crosshair on the angle. Looks like 8Figures are holding this top area perfectly to deny any access onto the site. They've got 2 different angles to deny Hyperia the space, and now Korma is going to take down Spectral, and now it's 2-5. They're going to unfold now, and Korma is going to find another. Then he find the last note. It's going to be Keith to find Andar, and they're going to take game 8 under their...
Give them that stun, give them that flash, give them a smoke, give them anything, and that's enough to pause this push, give them those favorable fights. And I mean, when you have players like Korma who are lighting up right now, as well as players like Jake, but just as I say that, Jasper, shining like a gem, is the one to get the first kill. And the breach ult coming through now, an even bigger advantage. They've made their mark clear here. The 8 figures, they want to lock down this B site. A trade coming through, but that's enough to stop the push. The momentum stalled, and the question comes out now for Hyperia. Looking towards that A site they've neglected for so very long. This looks to be very much so in 8 figures' favor, despite the man disadvantage.
I mean, 2 alts invested, both the Brimstone and the Breach. I mean, would have been in 8 figures' favor if they could have taken more advantage off of that, but Hyperia were able to claw back so very nicely, only losing 1 man, as now they have a choice to make. Do they go for the long-awaited A push, or do they revert to their tried and true love, the B site, where Spoon is ready to take on any aggression that appeases to him? And it
30
looks like
seconds
Hyperia
left.
are going to go for the B site. 30 seconds left. They have no other option. They have to push onto this. And Spoon knows this. He knows he can peek this angle. Plasbolt's going to go up yet again. Can he find someone? You know, he's going to find Spoon. Now they take this space. They're going to get onto the site, and they're going to deny 8 figures the round lead. It looks like they're keeping this close, and they're keeping this interested. I'm gonna be honest. Hyperia are coming back.
They suspected that the dart was going to be enough to fake out the players on 8 figures. And so, transitioning back towards the B site, they make it there on time, and now they're rewarded with this raze ult, but it might not just find value. In fact, it's Spoon to open us up, and the raze ult, it'll go unanswered, but Plasboat's there for the trade, and now the site is given, the plant will come down. It's another retake situation for 8 figures.
Good.
Looks like Satchel's gonna find one. Does he find another? He does! Finding 2! And now 8 figures with Spoon and Jake left, playing off-site
Teleport's ready.
to try and get on. They're going to back away from this, and it looks like they're going to save. A smart move out from 8 figures, because they can leave this a tie. I'll be fairly honest, this is not the end of the world for 8 figures. What they don't want to leave this to is the disadvantage. If they lose both of that guns, that could threaten their economy a little bit. Not to say they'll be out of weapons to face Hyperia, but it is a smarter play, the textbook play that you want to see out of these high-tier players and teams, is playing it smart rather than just running and gunning, because that just doesn't work at this level. I mean, leading the charge right now, and a great KD to start it off. Now, getting a little slower into this round. I mean, these are the next 2 rounds that could decide if this is a 2-game deficit to one team or if it's going to be 6-6 tied. We will find out soon as they enter on to B site. Hyperia are getting aggressive. They're spraying out, trying to find anybody. A alt line out to try and find someone. A raze alt to find 2! Ecuador and Plasbolt are out of the game now with a team advantage. 8 figures are looking to execute onto site soon. It looks like they got a fade ult to do it as well. They could use it, or they could keep it in the back of their pocket. Let's see what happens. Hyperia are playing off site. Keith out now with the ultimate. And the Sova ult as well to try and find anybody seeking the defuse, but is going to find it. And the defuse out from 8 figures is going to win them the round. And Jasper with 2 kills to end it off. And then
It was the raze deciding to pop that rocket, throwing it a little bit of a Hail Mary, and managing to find 2. And now they've put themselves in a position to not just tie it, but take it to a win for them on this half. JCB, that's 2 and a lot of damage onto Plasbolt. Blink of an eye, it felt like Hyperia were in control after that initial troubles, initial pains, but now it seems the script has been flipped one more time. 8 figures, they've got it all to them right now, all the control they need. Just 2 more kills to find, and they'll be able to come out here with a great advantage coming into this next half.
Andor and Spectral are still keeping it slow on this A site. The bomb is down, getting down now from Andor, and Spectral is going to answer back from the aggression out of JCB and find 2 players on the side of 8 figures, keeping it at 2-2. Now, JCB looking to add to his kill record, trying to find anybody on the site. Will he find Spectral or Andar? The fade ult out in this last game of the half. Looks like JCB is going to find one. Does he find the second? He does not, and looks like Korma is there to be the supporting factor to give them this 2-game lead.
Super interesting decision here from Hyperia to place 4 players on top of their KJ utility over towards B. That suggests to me they're looking to give up this A site. They have a set retake protocol here, and instead they're going to use their firepower to explore out towards this arcade side, maybe collect a few orbs here, but they're going to come up empty-handed. The real hit's coming over towards A main, and it's going to be up to Andar to relay that information to the rest of his team.
The utility's coming out now, the bomb's out, the stim beacon. Planting is coming down now from Korma. Let's see how Hyperia can execute this retake. I mean, they must have something in the back pocket if they put 5 over to the side of B. And let's see if they can execute it. It looks like Andar is going to come out with a recon bolt soon to try and figure out where everybody is on this site. Some shots out. Ecuador to take the first blood. Now, backing up a little bit. Spectral trying to find someone as well. Karma is found, and found by Ecuador's gun. Now, trying to find a couple more. Looks like Spectral's going to find one. Andar is getting taken out by Jake. And now 2 left on the side of 8 figures. Keith with a fault line to try and find Spectral, but he cannot deny Spectral. But Jake is going to find 2. A 2-to-1 scenario now. The spike is being stuck by Plasma Bolt with only 1 sliver of HP left. And he's going to find the defuse with 0.42 seconds left. Jake with the 4K is not going to find his 5th, and Hyperia, what a way to start out on the pistol round.
Couple onto that the insane amount of utility that Hyperia had stalled up, and that's led them to a very good chance here of making a very strong argument to tying us up and making this just as competitive. Now, though, gonna have to deal with transitioning this. The second part of the plan, the easy part of the plan, how do they deal with these pistols?
It looks like they're going to be pulling a fake here from 8 figures, teasing the side of A as Andar was relaying some information out to the rest of his team. But it looks like Jasper might suspect and might sniff out this play from 8 figures as they're moving slowly as a pack with only Jake on the defender spawn side to try and find anybody. But there's a lot of Killjoy utility out there. Can they get through it all, and can they get through Jasper? And now Plasbolt, who started to smell the same scent as the rest of the team as utility starts to drop down. 2 fault lines out. A flash now, and Spectral's going to find one, looking to find another, but Korma is there to take him out for the trade. Now Plasbolt trying to find someone. Keith is taking down Jasper now. The man advantage in the hands of 8 figures, and the plant down from Korma. Now, let's see if Hyper have a great retake strategy for B as they did on the A site.
A little bit of a taste of their own medicine there. That's exactly the type of place that they've been doing, but now they have to deal with it, and they have an answer. That's a great shot dart there from Anders, going to give them that opening, and now Jake's position's involved. They're trying to get all these kills, but Spoon here might just be the dagger accounted for. That's Ecuador trying to get the kill, but too many angles to watch. He will fall, and it's all down to Ander. He can't do it, and just when I said it was supposed to be easy, no one ever said it was going to be this hard.
Just to sneak under their boot and get onto the B site and take that last round. Now, let's see how they can open up this next round. Looks like they're going to be playing a little bit more proactively here, exploring their options, trying to find any heads they can take off early.
Same positions here, though, from Hyperia. They haven't moved at the very least, and you might start to suspect something here if you are F8. Spectral, he's on Noah yet, but he's already been caught out in a terrible position, but the flank comes in time, getting them a small kill, but still surely not enough to change the tide. And now Spectral, if he ever felt lonely, surely now he realizes the weight being placed on his shoulders. Right click, it's good for 1, but his teammate falling 2 means he's got limited time to live. Going for that rotate, he's just looking to get anything or everything here. This spray through the smoke, if he decides to do it, could be everything.
Looks like he might decide to save here or no. Find someone on the rotate out as this fight is going to diffuse. He's going to take this underpass now to try and find someone on the other side, which might be JCB, unless he finds him first, and he does! And Spectral is shot out of the sky. Now,
Have they read into this? They didn't read into those 4-1 hits earlier on by Hyperia that cost them dearly. Now it's looking like they're starting to suspect what's going to happen here, and it's aggressive out first, pushing through. That's a great kill there, Spectro, and that removes the ult here. They might be in a little bit of trouble now, FA.
yes, they're teasing this site yet again. I'm not 100% convinced yet that they're going to push onto this, but Hyperia has got a flank around, but Keith is going to find one, and Andor is there to respond. And now it looks like 8figures is trapped in this scenario. They've only got one way out of the 3, and Spoon is going to be the one to take it to meet up with Jake now. But it looks like there's still one left back. Can Keith find Andor and Plasbolt? Plasbolt's in this corner. It looks like he suspects him. He's going to swing onto this now, and he's going to find Plasbolt, looking to find Andor as well. Is he going to swing this as the rest of the team is still hankering towards B? Spectral going to explore his options, but is caught on the wire by Spoon. An unfortunate turn of events, as now it looks like 8figures are going to move towards this A site, beelining it to plant the bomb with only 20 seconds left.
It's gonna have to come down to Anders here. He has to make the play, but already smoked off. Aggressive, it's individual swings, but Jake wins out the fight, and that is a free sight for them. Jasper, so far removed from the action. 22 health, you really have to doubt if this is doable. He's still over towards that B side, suggests to me they don't know where he is. Still trying to hunt, still trying to lurk. But Jasper, he's gonna have to make noise when he drops here, and that's gonna be enough. Position noted of 1, but Jake in the corner, not accounted for, swoops up that kill, and double digits is. Secondly, if they can continue to get these big frags on aggressive moments like this, utility used, and they firmly taking control of tree now, but that's enough to cite a response now from F8. Exploring out on their side of the map, they're going to realize all that utility being invested towards tree might leave arcade open, it might leave dish open, and now they've gone exploring.
Yes, and I think 8figures have started to catch on to this, adapting to the playstyle of Hyperia, because we saw that they were moving on the backside of the B site, and now it looks like they're still there. But Hyperia have taken a weird gamble with this, investing majority of their team over to the A site in the hopes that someone will make some noise around there, but no noise out yet. No first blood has been taken. 50 seconds left in the round. They're going to have to make a choice soon. Looks like the bird is out from Andor. Can he find anybody? Spoons and JCB are going to hide in this corner, not get caught out. And right now it looks like they're going to be looking to pinch towards this B if they decide to go for it. I mean, 30 seconds left. What other option do you have? The ult out, Rolling Thunder onto the site. Looks like they're going to try and find a couple. The ult out as well. JCB is going to find one. Jake's going to find another onto Jasper. And now 2 down for the side of Hyperia. They have the site. Spoon is going to be planting with Andor. Looking to get the recon bolt, looking to damage him. Looks like he's a little hit now, but he's still alive and he's still in this game. The 3-5 advantage in the hands of 8figures. Can Hyperia pull back?
Just have to go through the smoke. They don't have any information, but a little bit of miscommunication there, as Andor not peeking with the rest of his team. That's a free trade, and now forced to swing, unfortunately, going through into that breach stun. Now Ecuador trying to recreate the play, trying to find something. A bit of sunk cost though, unable to find much, but at least the information's giving to this team, and they're all beelining towards defending this A site.
Face your fear!
Come out soon. It is from Korma. Now going to take this space. JCB. Here comes the party, ladies and gentlemen. Can it find anybody? A blank in the dark cannot find any kills. And now Spoons is going to drop the spike. I mean, we've seen this Hyperia squad come back from an A plant before. Can they do it now? It looks like Jasper's going to try and find one, but Jake is going to take down 2. And now with a man advantage and 18 health left on Andar, can he find anybody to trade himself out before he loses his life? JCB gonna find one, Keith and Jake to follow them up, and now they're on game.
Yeah, reading into the tendencies of Hyperia to always push aggressive over towards some area of the map, just reading into that, going the opposite side. And Hyperia, they played that absolutely right. And now, doing it again, they've managed to get themselves an even bigger advantage. The same play 3 times in a row, but finally it pays dividends. JCB now caught alone, forced to use utility to try and stay alive, but the push now stalled. They've done their job. Now, Hyperia, all they need to do is pick up these new guns, get themselves those rifles, and pray that they're able to convert this into a 12-7.
Keith is going to grab this bomb now as Hyperia has it in sights. Can he pick it up from the smoke? It doesn't look like it. Jasper and Ecuador are pushing up there, but JCB is in the down, and he's going to find one, and now Spoon is going to answer back and find the second, and now it looks like Keith is going to pick up the bomb. Exploring their options yet again, Hyperia are going to try and figure out where this team went. Do they suspect that Keith is still around this corner and he's going to find Plasbolt if he doesn't swing over the right? No, the timing. Keith isn't going to find Plasbolt, and they just go their separate ways as the round continues. 30 seconds left, backing off of this B site now, looking on towards to
left.
A site. They're going to have to beeline it soon because they've only got 30 seconds left, and they've got Killjoy utility to get through. Spectral, he's been a little bit of a quiet note now, but hopefully he can sing loud and proud as this last round goes before they can end it out.
So much utility to consider as well. That Sova ult could just be the difference maker here if Andar does decide to pop it. But instead, they're going to play this slow. Going to play for the retake. And that's so much information being invested right now. And that's a great kill to find. But JCB still managed to stay alive. Never mind. Shut down by Andar. And Spoon's position not quite known. 2v1. And they're going in alone. Spoon might just be able to capitalize on this. Playing such an aggressive off angle, just barely spotting out the brim, and now swings, goes for the fight. Spoon wins it out.
Win.
Looks like they're going to explore their options mid first. There is a Cypher trip there, though, so they're going to have to deny this. And Jake realizes this now that they can push up and take this space. They have the mid now, and where are they going to go? It looks like they're going to push towards A, and 8 Figures are going to realize this, and they're going to aggress up and realize that they are not pushing from the main side of A, that they might be tucked in to this heaven spot up in the curtains. Now they're taking the space again. When will they meet? What guns will face? Jake looks like he's gonna find one. They're gonna find 2 Spoons out, and now JCB is gonna have to back up. It is backfired for the side of Hyperia, where they thought they snuck in between the cracks of 8 Figures. It looks like they have closed the door and squeezed them out. Andar might find JCB now. He does! And now it looks like he's the last one standing for Hyperia and going to fall to Jake. What a way to start it out. I mean,
on the side of 8 Figures, and that's going to give them a great advantage and an outlaw right into the hands here of JCB, which could do numbers here. Already finding one. Now, the aggression, not quite there, and so he'll be able to get away and reset here, already for that disadvantage. Things coming up even worse for Hyperia.
Gonna find one, looking to find 2. He does, but Andar is there to take him down. Now Korma to follow up, finding 2 as well.
It's all gonna have to come down to this round. The money much better though from this time compared to what F8 was working with in round 3 of Fracture. And so you would think that potentially this does favor them, but at the end of the day, completely new map, completely new strats. It all depends on what these two teams have here cooked up and whether or not 8 Figures can make their money worth again from these guns.
Spoon in an awkward position, might be able to find one. He does not! And Ecuador is going to get the kill. Now looking for Jake. finds him with Jasper there to follow. JCB is now down. They have control over on this A site. Korma has got it back up now and regroup with Keith, looking to support him now. The plant out from Spectral down onto the site. They are committing to it, and they have the team advantage. Korma a little damaged, and so is Jasper, living barely on a sliver of health. And now, as the time starts to tick down, 8 figures are moving together as a pack, but do they realize Ecuador is hidden down in this area? They're in this side. Some utility coming out. Looks like a cage out to deny them any information onto the site as to where these players are positioned. Looks like Jasper might find them along with Andar on this pinch. The 1-2 in Ecuador looks like he's going to peek as well. The 1 peek, the 2 peek, and Ecuador and Caspi are going to find both of the teammates remaining on 8 figures.
Now, they're starting to explore towards that B site, not just favoring one site entirely. That being said, though, still moving in towards mid here, still wanting to go for this play. It's brought them success just last round. Can they replicate it one more time?
They're going to take this mid space yet again. Ecuador is going to lead this. The tripwire now down, looking to give that information over to 8 figures. Do they realize this and do they play off of this? They're playing very cautious now. Smoke out to deny them any information, but JCB is very anxious to get out there. The cage now out from Jake as well. Some shots are fired. No first blood is taken, and JCB is going to back off with 8 figures. Now, a blind out to try and find anybody hiding up in this area. A very strategic cam out from Jake to try and get anybody in that corner, but he's going to be pushed out by the nade. And now it looks like they're going to start flooding onto this B site as the rest of 8 figures start to flood on. Korma there to take the first pick onto Ecuador. A trade out with Spectre and Korma again. Andar is going to find Korma. And now the Cypher ult out from Andar, going to find these last remaining 3 players on 8 figures. The Aftershock out from Keith to try and get anybody out of that position. And it looks like Spectral, carrying the bomb in hand, is going to revert to this A site. But 8 figures is mirroring their movements to the T. They are also beelining it for the A site, and it looks like we're going to head to another aggressive round if Casper finds them first. He does! JCB is now down, and with the man advantage, can they find anyone else?
The time now so low, and Keith getting that kill ends the round. Andar, nothing more to say. On that rotate, Jasper only good for the 1, and so it really came down to the wire, came down to some 50-50 gun rounds, but now F8 again firmly attaching themselves in the advantage.
Looking to play a little aggressive right now at the start of the round on this A site. Might attract a couple more players on 8 figures to rotate over as Ecuador is throwing a bomb out now. Looking for the bomb buddy now down as well. Looking to take this space, follow him up. The flash out, the bomb buddy finds one. He's alerted. Now Ecuador takes one, but is traded out by JCB. And now even 0-0. 4 teammates to 4 teammates. Who can find the next blood in this game? With a minute left, JCB just a little bit of spray, but cannot find anybody as Hyperia back off.
And again, now we're entering into the fog of war here, and this is where the Viper comes strong. Put up that wall, and you're gonna have to make them either clear it out or just take up that they've lost A. But instead, the call is going to come over towards B. The smoke and mirrors not deterring this. Andar, he's been in this position, now breaks the dart, alerted everyone to his position. JCB, this is a dangerous corner to play, and coupled on with utility, able to find one, and that keys in spoon. But still, the current scaling all coming through.
It is up to 8 figures to sense this early if they can or not, and play reactively to this and think about how they can combat that. But Hyperia have got to realize what 8 figures are now doing. They're reading them like a textbook. We said this, and they've got to play a little bit more creatively, I think, to get 8 figures out of that book and close it up so that they can get through and get onto this site and get some couple more rounds on the board as they are down 3.
Again, slow defaulty style here. We mentioned the comp clash that we were seeing earlier on with that duffel controller, and they've definitely stuck to that identity. Still playing slow, still trying to search for anything. Granted, they are the ones on pistols here, so it is quite easy for them to take the slow route, try and drain down the clock, try and desperately find an opening, but JCB not giving it to them. How has that not killed Platzbolts? 44 HP, survive in, And him not dying there might just give fake information. Look at the rotates, all headed towards this B site, and Keith none the wiser as they sail like ships through the night, making their way in towards heaven, and they might just explode here to dire, dire consequences for F8. The rocket coming through, and now caught out. Nothing found. Now they're finding themselves. Keith dropping that spike, making things all the more problematic, and now this round, surely it's lost. Surely it's lost. Surely you can't do anything more here. Korma makes sure of it. Jasper, only a bulldog to his name. The time, unable to be one out now, just looking to see if he can save the gun, and once again, it's Korma not allowing anything past him. No flashes, no dog, nothing to be able to support him there in that moment, and so just having to go in blind. Granted, Jake did hit a nice shot, but he wouldn't have had the opportunity to do so if he was forced to reposition off of being flashed. You're starting to see the problems coming through this composition. How do they work around it now? That's the big question that they need to answer as they hit the B side once more.
Korma gonna find one, gonna find two! And now they have the player advantage. The Haunt trying to find a third off of there with 2 HP left to his name. Plasbolt trying to spray it out, hopefully to get a lucky shot onto Korma, living on, grasping on life at this point. I mean, now they have to think about how they can play around this. The dog out to figure out where they are, revealing their location. It looks like 2 members from 8 figures are going to take a lot of space up in waters to try and find them as they convert into this mid push. Looks like JCB is going to find one with Keith as well. 2 down, with the only one left being Andar to fall to Keith's gun yet again, staring down the barrel of defeat. It is imminent for Hyperia.
They really do have to make a miracle work here, especially if Korma continues shooting like he has so far. 12 and 3 on this round, and a great fracture to boot. He's having an incredible series alongside JCB, just getting that kill now, and Jasper caught out, no utility to support him, he'll fall as well. We said this round, they needed it if they wanted to make this half even plausible, and it's just gone from bad to worse.
I mean, Hyperia are just throwing out bodies left and right now. Spectral's going to fall JCB.
JCB aggressive here. That's going to go straight onto Plasbolt. So what a great read there. Tons of damage, and even worse on the person who just can't heal themselves. Spectral taking a lot of damage to boot as well. As JCB, this rocket that he has could be everything right now. Might just invest it if so chooses to, but instead waiting for the rest of his team. It's the Sky ult to come out instead. They know that this is their last hurrah. They know that they need this, and they're gonna throw the whole house at it. But what's the whole house if a rocket demolishes it right down? JCB coming up big once more, and Nardar is so far away. Over towards mid, position revealed, 1 on 5. If we said that the David and Goliath stories rang true over towards Fracture, it's especially factual here on this split. Good kill found, but I mean, that's little to do with anything so far. It feels so difficult right now for Hyperia. Again, trying out another mid push. They're gonna seek this trip. It's been there every single time, and still trying to spam it out here. It's great initiative. Just not quite landing the mark, and that's a great stun. A bit of a tragedy. I think he walked into the trip there, and that's made this whole mid-fight blow up. Joke finding another one here, and it's going so poorly now.
Spike down mid.
8 figures, they have this map figured out to a fault.
You can't play aggressively if you're just going to throw yourself into it. You have to have some strategy, and it looks like 8 figures have the strategy to stop it. Ecuador looks like he tried to pop the ult to finish it off, but no, it's going to get closed out by JCB. Dire situation where they need to pull back. It is a make or break moment now, as 8 figures are only 2 rounds away from clenching their first victory of the VECX Shout Charity Tournament. Let's get it underway.
It's gonna have to start here. A good pistol round, all that's needed, and right now it's coming through a lot of pressure over towards this ramp side, but great utility being used to stall it out here. But now the push coming through, the satchel allowing safe passage. They've gotten the first part. How much more can Hyperion stall the rest of this horde?
8 figures looking to push onto this A site, finding 2, but Hyperia are going to answer back with 2 of their own. 3 and 3, and everybody is damaged on the scoreboard. Korma and Jake do not have a lot left in the tank, but Jake does not care. He's going to take down Jasper and give them the advantage now with the bomb down, playing on site. 2 of these players left on Hyperia playing in the top lane. It is Andar and Spoons to try and take this area. Can they find anybody? The smoke out to try and find someone on it, and Spectral finds Jake. Now down onto the site. They're running for it, beelining to find some kills. But Spoon and Korma are there. Korma finds Andar, and he knows where Andar now is. Can he find another? Spectre is there to try and take down one, but Spoons is there to close it out. And now, as the bomb explodes on a near so dire future.
I mean, you have to at this point on the defense. They've heavy stacked over towards A here, so reading into this play, but can they make anything of this initial advantage they've been given?
Where are you?
Again, executing onto this A site with aggression, the wall up, and it looks like Plasbolt's gonna take one down, traded out by Keith now, but Ecuador and Jasper are there to answer back. Now, not giving up the glimmer of hope they have left in their eyes. They have the player advantage, but do they have the strategy? Are they going to play calm, or are they going to get a little rowdy? JCB and Jake looking to hold these angles now as they still have the spike in hand, trying to find anybody they can isolate and pick off on the side of Hyperia, and Spectral might be that person.
They're pushing in now, just trying to explore their options. I don't think they're aware of Spectral's position. He doesn't need to play this aggressive angle. If he gets caught out here, they could completely lose out, but they've turned their backs towards him, and Spectral will make it work.
Now, this could be the deciding game if 8 figures are going to come together and close it out now, but this could lead to a longer series, and we'll just have to wait to see. JCB is going to start it off, try to find Jake. He does, and he finds Andor, and now it looks like Jasper's going to answer back, finding Keith, finding JCB, and now backing off. He'll take the 2-piece and run away with it happily. Now with the player advantage, a Bucky in hand for Spoon. Onto this side, it looks like Korma is going to pick off Spectral just in the nick of time, evening it out for both players, and now he's going to drop down the spike on to B. But it looks like Ecuador is going to answer back and get Korma, and Spoons is there to trade yet again a 2v2 scenario.
And I don't think they know where Jake is. They're going to have to play this calm, and that's a big fight. The fact that Spoon wins that allows for more time for Jake's lurk. Already being counted for, already both players now positioned. No, the question is, can they win out this duel? It's risky out, and Jake now with a sheriff, not favored. And okay, that's another round 1.
No matter how big of the climb, they can make it. Because this is Hyperia Esports. They can have this in the bag. They just need to come together. Spectral looking to take someone off early, but doesn't find anybody. Now going to smoke off the entrance to deny any further push. A Prowler out, denied by Andar. And Jake is going to take it down. Plasbolt now take down Ecuador as well. Now the ult out is going to give 8 figures the information they need to find the perfect site to execute on. And it looks like it is going to land to good old Lucky A.
How did he win 2 fights there? The A in his name gone, but that's where they're gonna end. Jake, surely you don't find a third here! Jake just completely single-handedly gifted them the site! Nothing more to be done, and JCB getting that kill is surely the nail in the coffin. Spectral, we've touted him so highly, but surely this, such a dangerous, hard mountain to climb, and indeed it's too much. The first one not able to be found. JCB will clean it out for 8 figures, and congratulations to them for taking this first VEC Shout charity match 2-0.